You guys, speaking of nervous, check this out. This is the amount of space right now we have on the dock. So can you imagine our camera operator, Nelson, trying to hold it together? He's got some pretty good core strength. We are talking sailing, and more importantly, we're getting out on the water today, but we got to talk safety first. That's coming up next on BT. We'll be right back. Yeah, we got to talk safety before we even get on the water. Thanks very much, guys. Perfect day. I'm assuming, actually, that it's a perfect day to go sailing. Is this good weather?
Sunshine's always good. Rain kind of makes things more dangerous and unpleasant.
But more important than sun is the wind.
It's the wind. We need a little wind today.
Okay, so we need a little bit of wind, and you said you've been listening to Russell Kate's forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be light today.
Let's talk about the things that we need. First and foremost, we'll talk safety in a second, but we need to have a very important piece of documentation.
Yeah, right now those of us who operate motor vessels need a little pleasure craft operator certificate or a proof of competency that shows that we have some basic knowledge about the safety on the water.
Okay, so we got the documentation. What do we need besides, of course, our PFD?
Personal flotation device. Yeah, we all need one per person on the vessel, and we have one for the cameraman, one for yourself, myself. These are inflatable PFDs that will go off if we hit the water. They'll inflate. There's also life jackets that we can wear. There's also other basic safety requirements that are required on vessels of different sizes. On the vessels we're on that we have beside us, they're about 8 meters in length, and we have some basic safety requirement so right here that I have brought out. Basically, things like your flares, just in case we need to get someone's attention to come and help rescue us. Heaving line, if somebody falls in the water, we can toss it to them.
Nelson, careful.
And, yes, right. And a sound signaling device. We want to get somebody's attention. We can use certain signals on this device here. And a basic little light. It's not very big, but it meets the requirements, is a watertight flashlight.
Wonderful. And of course, we're going to be sailing with our buddy here because for us, I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to try to find out all the basics of sailing throughout the morning, guys. I'm going to make my way on the boat, and we'll see you just after 7 o'clock. Sounds like it's better to be on the water than on the roads. There's lots of traffic problems right now. Where exactly are we?
We are just off of the Maritime Museum here at the entrance to English Bay in the background. Beautiful English Bay.
And this is a great spot for sailing if you're living in Vancouver.
Beautiful, accessible. Here you are.
Here we are. Okay, so we're sailing, so I'm assuming a sail is involved somehow. We got to get that up, right?
Well, we've raised the mainsail here right above you, above our head. We raised that using a halyard. Haul things to the sky, and we use the sail to capture the wind to get us moving.
Perfect. So I'm going to help.
You're winching. I'm just going to...
I'm winching.
Winching the sail up, and off she goes.
Woo!
Go, go, go.
Oh, keep going.
We're almost there. Keep going, right to the top.
And when we talk about sailing, things that affect speed obviously are the wind, and I would expect the size of the sail.
The size of the sail, the size of the boat too. A little more, a little more.
And how big is this boat specifically?
This is a 24-foot, 8 meter roughly. It's a day sailor. It's made just for sailing around English Bay, although we can go to Bowen Island if we desire so.
Excellent, if we desire maybe.
Yeah,
if it was a Friday, I like that idea. Okay, do I have it winched enough?
Just a little bit more.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, that's it.
All right.
I'll lock this down. It is locked.
Okay.
We take this out. So we got our mainsail fully raised. The next sail we're going to put up is the jib, which is the little sail up front. So let's take this, and this is a jib sheet, this blue one here.
Okay.
And we always wrap things around. These are the winch here.
So
wrap it clockwise, a couple times.
Okay.
And then give that a good pull, and we'll see the sail come out in the front. And off she comes.
It's quite a physical job, this sailing.
Well, sailing's physical, but it's also relaxing.
It
and
is.
then on this boat here, there's little cleats, and there's one behind you on the other side.
These are cleats right here?
Little cleats,
okay.
yeah. So I'm going to lock this behind you
All
here.
Right. Get out of the way.
And we've got very light winds, as you can tell. Today might be a good day to go kayaking or something. But you know, typically, and you can see the way the sail is filled up, there is a little bit of wind that's happening. And the way we sail a boat or make a boat move is to harness that energy by the proper positioning of these sails. And we do use that with these jib sheets, and this green one here is called a main sheet that we can use to move this boom that's in the middle here.
Wonderful. We're going to continue to get our sailing lesson, and because we don't have that much wind, if we blow really hard, Nelson's got a lot of hot air. Nelson blows really hard. Jody and Riaz, or is it Michelle? Maybe blows really hard. Maybe we'll make our way to Bowen Island. We've got lots more coming up on BT.
All right, sounds good. Good luck with that. I've always wanted to learn how to sail.
Oh, this is a lot more calm, by the way. Nelson has his own theory. He figures I got a little bit sick because I kept my mouth open the whole time. Oh, yeah. Anyways, that was a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun out here on the water. We're going to be tacking. What is that? That's coming up next as we learn to sail on Breakfast Television. Oh, I'm feeling okay. This is great out here. And by the way, they're playing Christopher Cross Sailing. You know, that's like the theme song, right?
Sailing, sailing away.
Exactly.
This
is, you look very relaxed. We're actually working out here.
Another day at the office.
So we are tacking. What exactly is that?
Well, Sailing a sailboat into the wind just doesn't happen. So what we do is we sail on one position with the sails full of wind, and then to get to the wind or to our destination, sometimes we have to move the boat the other side, so we fill the sails on the other side.
Okay.
So we're going to go through that little exercise.
All right, so let's do that.
So to do so, as a skipper, I like to issue commands saying, hey, are you ready about the boat?
I'm ready.
We're about to do something.
Okay.
So everyone get ready, undo your jib sheet on this side, which
Okay.
is holding the sail, and grab the other one, and I'll say helms a lee, and I'll turn the boat, and you watch the sail.
Do I go aye or anything like that?
Oh, no, you can say whatever you want. You know.
So I'm pulling.
Just pull it, the wind's going to come and transfer it. I'm using the engine just to kind of fake out the wind here a bit.
Because it is a bit light.
But Russ was
Yeah.
very kind to us, and he gave us just a breeze, as you can notice. See the sail starting to move?
And there it is starting
Comes
to
to your
move.
size, you
Yep.
pull in. You might have to undo the jib sheet on the
Okay,
other side.
all
It's
right.
holding you back there.
There we go.
And let the sail come through all the way. And then lock it down onto the little cleat on the other side again. And we basically tack through the wind, which is over on the other side of the boat there.
So just like that.
That's it, and we just do that time and time again to get us to wherever we want to go.
Now, right now, it's pretty light as far as traffic, but you said this is one of the busy areas. So what are the rules of the water, as it were?
Yeah, there's, well, we're all familiar with the Motor Vehicle Act as we drive our cars. Well, there's a similar thing out here in the ocean. It's the collision regulations, which we all live and abide by on the open seas. And that basically states the rules between motorboats and sailboats, sailboats and sailboats. Someone's got to have the right of way or the stand-on vessel versus the give way. So we all like to play safely together. And anyway, so there are rules that we abide by.
Yeah, well, it's a ton of fun out here. We're going to be here out of the water all morning long on Breakfast Television. We're going to take a little break. Russ, of course, you mentioned about his weather forecast. He's got weather coming up next. Will it be a great day for sailing? What about the weekend? Those details up next. We'll be right back. We don't have a lot of traffic out here right now. We've been talking about sailing a bit and, you know, how we get to move. I'm wondering how you navigate the water itself. We're looking at waves. We're kind of bobbing up and down a little bit. What do you need to know when you're sort of heading out on the water that respect?
Well, speaking of navigating, it's always good to have a navigation course to know how to read charts to get from point A to point B safely, and to understand all of the navigational aids that the Coast Guard places around our navigable waters here. But yeah, knowing distances, what your boat is capable of, what your crew is capable of.
Oh, I don't know. You're at a disadvantage this morning.
Every crew's a good crew as far as I'm concerned.
Listen, same with our TV crew. Nelson Wong has very little space to work with Jody and Riaz. He's sitting literally right on the edge. He's holding onto that camera tight. We're making our way back to the dock coming up just before 9 o'clock. We're just English Bay. We're just outside of Granville Island right now. We are going to talk more about sailing. How do you take lessons? What kinds of things will you learn? And how long does it take to learn to sail? We'll be right back. Stay with us. This is such a grueling day, Stephen. Grueling day on the Live Eye.
It's a life some people have to lead.
You know, too bad it had to be us, right? Yeah. We've been learning how to sail all morning long. Obviously, just a snippet. For anyone that wants to learn how to sail, how long does it take to reasonably learn?
Well, less than 8 hours. We teach crew courses here on Granville Island and skipper courses, so you get a little more responsibilities, both on these small boats and on the larger liveaboard, 35, 40-foot yachts out in the Gulf Islands. So yeah, it doesn't take long to learn how to sail. We need a little wind though.
Yeah, we need a little
helps.
wind, but it's still relaxing out here nonetheless. I myself don't even have a car, so I definitely don't have a boat. Do you need to have a boat to learn how to sail?
Don't need a boat. Boats are expensive to maintain, to moor, a lot of costs involved. Chartering's a great option. Lots of different boats to choose from. You can find the right boat for yourself if you do want to own a boat in the future.
So you can do beginner lessons. What if someone wants a little bit more of a challenge?
Yeah, there's courses that run the gamut. We've got a boat just finished going around Vancouver Island, circumnavigation, and other boats that go out 100 miles into the Pacific Ocean. So yeah, from beginner boats like this here to large off-sea adventures, we've got it all here.
I'm thinking same time tomorrow, same time the next day. I could do this every morning. Of course, it's always nicer when the weather is great. If you want more details on lessons, of course, you can check out the website coming up on your screen throughout the morning. But fantastic morning. Thanks for having us. Hopefully the weather sticks. I think it's going to rain, though, in the next day or so. Russ has all your details coming up. We'll take a little break. See you in a bit.